One-pot meals are like the best invention ever. I actually think they're up there with paper and the wheel sometimes because there's no cleaning up. It's all right there, everything you need in one gigantic feast. There aren't a lot of plates. It's fantastic. And jambalaya with shrimp and ham is one of my favorite one-pot meals, and I'm making it a lot healthier. Typical jambalaya just uses 1 pepper and some onion, but I'm using 2 peppers. I try to sneak in vegetables wherever I can. I'm using 1 green and 1 red for lots of fantastic color. Now the onion, chop this up. Once this little bit of chopping is done, it's amazing how quickly this recipe comes together. Okay, so I'm just going to get all these vegetables cooking away in a tablespoon of olive oil. And add my onions, peppers. I'm just going to add a couple cloves of garlic, minced. Just going to let that soften for about 10 minutes while I get my shrimp. To me, frozen shrimp is the ultimate healthy convenience food. I always have it in my freezer. And all I need to do to defrost it is run it under the water for 1 minute and then leave it at room temperature for about 12 minutes in the colander to thaw. Now for the spices, starting with paprika. 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is for heat, adds also a nice color. 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. And oregano is actually the #1 ranked herb for antioxidants. And 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, which is very classic in jambalaya, a really important flavor in this dish. They just have a really unique flavor. Just pop in 1 bay leaf, a tablespoon of tomato paste, also add lots of flavor. Now just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Give that a stir to combine it. Then some ham. Lean smoked ham from the butcher. Into cubes, so each bite has a nice meaty cube of smoky pork without all the fat. Just toss that in. Now the liquids. 2½ cups of low sodium chicken broth. And I always use low sodium because it cuts the sodium by 35%. 1 can of no salt added diced tomatoes. Just give that a stir. And now the essential ingredient, 1 cup of white rice, long grain. And normally I try to use whole grain rice whenever possible. I try to use brown rice, but it just does not work in jambalaya because jambalaya is so much about this long grain white rice. So I'll just stir that in, bring it to a boil, cover it, let it cook for 20 minutes. And it's actually important to just leave it alone for 20 minutes so it can form a nice steam. Then I'll put in my shrimp and douse it with hot sauce. You know how some people collect stamps, art, china? Well, I collect hot sauce, and the hotter, the better. When you're trying to eat healthy, you're always looking for ways to get lots of flavor without a lot of fat and calories. And very often, hot sauce is the answer. Now I need hot pepper sauce. I think I could drink this stuff on its own. Just going to put my shrimp in now. Just needs to cook for 5 minutes. Stir it through. And while that's going, I'll just quickly cut some parsley. Okay, this is ready. And I can't wait to get in there. Wow. You eat with your eyes, and my eyes are telling me that this is good. Some parsley on top, and a whole lot of hot sauce. Whoa, that looks good. This is one dish that never disappoints me. It is perfect. And it's even better that there's only one pot to clean.